Her scream still hangs in my ears. Not the volume, the precision. "Don't touch me! God, you're so needy!" The room froze, but I felt something else, a quiet click inside my chest, like a lock sliding into place. Her sister reached me first, soft hands, pitying eyes. "Bad night?" I smiled, too calmly. "Last one, actually." I don't think she understood. People rarely do when you speak plainly. The party carried on around me, music thumping, drinks clinking, artificial laughter rising like steam, but I only heard the echo of my wife's voice, the disgust in it, the rehearsed cruelty. For months she'd been slipping, small things first, phone turned face down, late nights justified with excuses too polished to be real. The way she avoided my touch as if affection were something contagious. But tonight she showed her hand in front of everyone. And I stood there, letting the humiliation settle over me like gentle snowfall. By morning, I'd be gone. Not because I was hurt, because I finally understood something essential. People don't humiliate you by accident. They practice. And when they believe you're harmless, that's when they strike the hardest. So while she laughed at the bar as if she hadn't just stripped me bare in front of friends and coworkers, I stepped outside into the cold night, exhaled once, and made my decision. It wasn't rage, it wasn't grief, it was clarity, a clarity I should have found months ago. The first real warning arrived 3 months earlier, a message on her lock screen. Not a name, just an initial, but the preview said enough. "Same time tomorrow?" She snatched the phone from the counter so fast it nearly fell, laughed, called it spam. I pretended to believe her, though the lie was clumsy enough to insult us both. Then came the perfume she didn't wear, the sudden gym membership she never used, the twice-a-week work dinners that didn't match her calendar. But I didn't confront her. I didn't accuse, didn't beg, didn't spiral. I observed. There is a particular kind of silence that grows when betrayal begins, not the absence of sound, but the absence of truth. And I lived inside it. I watched her texting while turning her body away from me as if her words might stain my eyes. I watched her flinch when I reached for her hand, then pretend she didn't. I watched her choose distance so aggressively it became another presence in the room. Still, I said nothing. Because suspicion is not evidence, and pain is not a strategy. But the pattern was too familiar. The subtle contempt, the sudden irritability, the disappearance of intimacy. Cheaters don't always get sloppy. Sometimes they get bold, and boldness is easier to trace. The night she came home smelling like someone else's cologne, she kissed my cheek lightly, mechanically, like a nurse closing a patient's eyelid. I knew then. Not everything, not the full story, but I knew enough. Someone was pulling her away from me, and she wasn't fighting it. She was welcoming it. Still, I stayed calm, because when someone thinks you're blind, that's when they reveal the most. The first thing I checked was her phone bill. Not the messages, those were locked down, but the numbers, the frequency, the late-night calls that lasted long enough to create their own gravity. There it was, a number that appeared again and again, tucked neatly between work meetings and staying late to finish a project. Always after midnight. Always when she thought I was asleep. I didn't call it, not yet. I searched our bank statements next. Nothing dramatic, just patterns. Double charges from coffee shops we never visited. 2 tickets to a concert she claimed she went to with coworkers. Then I did what any calm, patient man does when the truth starts whispering. I stopped being visible. I let her think I was distracted, busy, uninvested. I mirrored her distance so subtly she didn't notice. When she told me she had a weekend team building trip, I nodded gently, then watched from the neighbor's window as she climbed into a car that wasn't her coworker's. Again, I didn't explode. I documented. I recorded dates, times, absences, contradictions. I wasn't looking for revenge, not then. I was looking for confirmation. And when I found the name attached to the phone number, a coworker she claimed she barely spoke to, I didn't react. I simply ordered two things: a background check on him and a paternity test kit for the child she insisted we weren't ready for yet, the one she avoided discussing with a panic so sharp it bordered on hostility. Not because I thought she was pregnant, but because I wanted to see how she reacted when the truth closed in. The kit arrived 2 days before the holiday party. She froze when she saw it, laughed too loudly, accused me of trust issues, then stormed into the bedroom. But her eyes gave her away, wide, wet, trembling, fear. Not of me, of something else, someone else, and I knew the trap had finally sprung. The results came back the morning of the holiday party. Not paternity, she wasn't pregnant, but the background check revealed everything. He wasn't just a coworker, he was her manager, a man transferred from another branch because of boundary violations with subordinates. And she'd been meeting him in hotels 2 towns over. Receipts, timestamps, security footage, all there. I printed everything, placed it in a simple envelope. No note, no explanation. At the party, before the outburst, I handed it to her quietly. She opened it at the bar while pretending to laugh with friends. Her face fell first, then her hands, then her facade. She looked at me across the room, wide-eyed, pale, terrified. But I didn't go to her. I just held her gaze until she looked away. The guilty always break eye contact first. She approached me once, stopped, turned back, and then, humiliated and cornered, she did the only thing left. She attacked me in public, hoping volume would drown truth. But all it did was expose her. I didn't react. I didn't need to. After her outburst, I walked to her sister, pressed the envelope into her hand. Show this to her when she asks where I went. She frowned. What is it? Closure, I said. Then I left. Calmly, quietly. At home, I packed nothing. Not clothes, not keepsakes, not even my wedding ring. I left only the note. You wanted space. Now you have all of it. Before dawn, I was gone. A ghost slipping out of a life that had already ended months ago. Later, her messages began. Panicked, tearful, frantic. Please come home. We need to talk. This isn't what it looks like. I'm so sorry. I can explain. I didn't block her. I just didn't answer. Silence is a language, and tonight it spoke everything she denied. By the time she finally understood, the damage was complete. She hadn't just lost me, she'd revealed herself. I thought walking away would hurt. It didn't. It felt sterile, clean, necessary. In the quiet of the hotel room I rented on the other side of the city, I realized something simple. Pain sharpens, humiliation clarifies, and truth frees. She will spend months rewriting the story, casting herself as victim, me as cold or distant or unloving. People always do that when their lies collapse. But I don't need vindication. I already got it. Not from evidence, not from escape. From the moment I chose silence over begging, clarity over chaos, distance over destruction. I didn't leave to hurt her. I left because she was already gone. And some truths are best delivered without witnesses. I closed my eyes, exhaled once, and felt the final thread snap. Freedom doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it comes quietly, in the form of a door closing behind you for the last time. And I didn't look back.